Good day everyone. Today I will presenting the evaluation of finding odds number in a list and discussing its time and space complexity. We will break it down step by step with an example. Problem statement. Our task is simple. Given a list of integers, we need to find all the odds numbers and ignore the even numbers. For example, we have here the list of input 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. We want to extract the odd numbers. The output is 1, 3, and 5. So, next is approach to solve the problem. We can solve this problem by iterating through the list of integers and checking whether each number is odd. If it's odd, we will keep it. If it's even, we will ignore it. Here's the code that implements the logics. Num equals 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Adds numbers equals 4 num in nums. If num is modulus 2 equals 0. So, this code takes a list of numbers, iterates through it, and extract the odd numbers by checking if each number has a remainder when divided by 2. That is, if number modulus 2 equals 0. The odd numbers are added to a new list, which is then printed at the end. To make this reusable, the logic is wrapped in a function. The function is odd numbers, which can accept any list and return the odd numbers. And the time complexity of this code is 0 of n because it checks each number once. And the space complexity is also 0 of n because since it creates a new list to store the odd numbers. Next. Now, let's discuss the time complexity. We look through each number in the list once. Since we are checking each element of the list exactly once, the number of operations is directly proportional to the size of the list. Therefore, the time complexity is 0 of n, where n is the number of elements in the list. For example, for a list of size n, we check each element one time. For a list 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, we perform 6 checks to the time complexity. So, the example with a list of size 6, we perform 6 checks. Next, let's look at the space complexity. We are using an extra list to store the odd numbers. So, ang space complexity, we are storing the odd number in a separate list. In the worst case, where all the numbers are odd, we would need to store all the n elements, meaning the space complexity is 0 of n. This is because we are using additional space for the result. So, here's the last slide. Time and space complexity recap. Time complexity is 0 of n because we check each element once. And the space complexity also 0 of n because in the worst case, as we may need to store all the odd numbers.